Mutlu sabahlar, mutlu günler efendim. Hoş geldiniz beIN Spor stüdyolarına. Bugün özel bir konuğumuz, özel bir röportajımız var. Biz de özel bir röportajla karşınızda olacağız değerli izleyenler. Digiturk Spor İçerikleri'nden Sorumlu Grup Başkanı Saad Saleh Al-Hudaifi ile birlikteyiz. Mr. Saad Saleh Al-Hudaifi, welcome to our studio, welcome to our show. Thank you very much.
Merhaba.
Teşekkürler. Mr. Saad, it's been 4 months, I think, you are here in Istanbul, in Turkey.
Yes.
What are your first impressions of Istanbul, of Turkey?
Actually, Turkey is a very rich country and a lot of talented young people in Turkey. I was a guest here. I came to Turkey many times. I enjoyed Istanbul actually with my family. So to come to Turkey for a vacation, totally different than
Yes.
working in Istanbul and Turkey. But as I said before, it's a very talented place, and you can find a lot of youth, a lot of good area that you can invest in. I believe the future of Turkey is great. And we are, as a Digiturk and beIN Media Group, will continue support this great country, especially in media, and will be happy to be part of this country.
So, what do you like the most in Istanbul?
Bosphor. I think it's easily, when you go to any area near Bosphor, then you will feel totally different, and probably because I came from Qatar, and we are near the Gulf. I mean on the Gulf, so near Deniz probably. So maybe it's very good to compare between Bosphor and Gulf countries.
Before you came to Turkey to here, you worked in many countries, Mr. Saad. Could you please tell us about your background a little bit?
Yeah. I actually started with the beIN Media Group in the sport channels. I worked in several sections, places. We started to cover the first La Liga in beIN Sports, and then the company grew up very quickly, and we acquired a lot of content. And then I moved from section to section. I was working as a, in selecting the programs, a reporter, a presenter, reaching the OB1 outside coverage. Then also I started my career as a video mixer, so it was very good, to transfer from section to section. Then I moved to Qatar Foundation Media Center. I launched 2 radio stations. Then I moved to the kids channel. Then I lead the kids channel in beIN Media Group. After that, I came to Turkey again, to the sport where I start my career.
I know some of your career, Mr. Saad, and I respect that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Al-Hudaifi, beIN Sports is an organization that broadcasts in over 100 countries in the world. And beIN Sports has strong principles over broadcasting.
Yes.
Now I will ask some questions about these principles, according to these principles. We hear a lot of things about the game slots, timing of the games in Sport Toto Super League and First League. What do you think about this topic? What can you tell us?
Okay. First of all, let us clearly talk about the match time and slot. If we talk about match time and slot, we are, as a broadcaster company, required 3 different slots on Saturday and Sunday, 1 slot at least in Friday, and 1 slot on Monday. And based on the tender, actually. So what's happened, some clubs is contacting us requesting to move their match, for example, from Sunday to Monday, or from Saturday to let's say from 7 p.m. to early 4:30 or earlier, actually. we are not in a position to say yes or no. The only one who has the rights to move the match or to announce the match is TFF,
Yes.
Turkish Football Federation.
Yes.
So I believe that some clubs is contacting us who would like to move their match, changing the match, but we don't have the authority to change the match. What we are requesting from them or from TFF, at least one match a day. So the only one who has the rights to move the match, and we announced it previously, but you know sometimes the message is not shared well, you know. So the TFF is the only one who can move the match from one slot to second. And accordingly, we don't request, we don't support that derby match will be played on Monday. As you know, no one will benefit. We will not benefit as a broadcaster company. The business in Turkey will not benefit. You know, all the coffee shops, restaurants would like to have the derby on Sunday or Saturday.
Yes.
You know, it will help them, it will benefit them. So some requests came to us, and we always have the same answer. Please go back and check with TFF if they would like to change the match. Then we don't mind, but we need at least one match in each slot.
We are not related to change the times, match slots or match timing. The right address is Türkiye Futbol Federasyonu.
Yes, TFF.
According to this topic, Mr. Saad, I want to ask another match. Erzurum Spor Galatasaray match, which played on 3rd of March. We were criticized about this match's time. What happened? Can you tell us?
Actually, I was a guest in Galatasaray in my friend Mr. Mustafa Cenkiz's office, and he asked me to change the match, and I answered him clearly with the same answer. We don't have the authority. Please contact TFF. If TFF would like to change the match, then we want one match at least in each slot. So I believe that Galatasaray at that time were competing with Başakşehir. And TFF contacted Başakşehir. They told them we will not change the match, and because we are competing with Galatasaray. And after that, they asked us to move the match actually. So at the night or at 7:30 slot, we will not have any match. And we said we cannot accept it, but we can shift it 30 minutes. You know, if it's possible, we will shift it 30 minutes. As I said before, you know, it's, when TFF announced the fixture for the match, they know that Erzurum is cold. So they know that in winter they shouldn't, for example, assign any match in freezing places. And in summer they shouldn't also announce or assign any match in hot places.
Yes.
So when they announce the match, we don't have anything in our hand. So Başakşehir stick to their rights, and Galatasaray is asking us to move the match, and we said to them we cannot. By the way, you said at the beginning of March, on 16th of March, Trabzon played in the same place in Erzurum.
Yes.
The weather was -7. They did not call us. They did not send us official request, and nothing happened. They just played, and the match was suitable, fine. So as I said before, if Galatasaray or any other club, Fenerbahçe, Beşiktaş, Trabzon, Malatya, they would like to change the match, they need to contact TFF. Also, here is my kind reminder to TFF, please, before announcing the match, you need to take in consideration the weather. If it's cold, then please don't announce or don't assign anyone to play in very freezing, because most of the time in Istanbul it's cold. But also if it's hot, don't announce any teams to play in hot weather.
So once again, if you want to change the match's date or time, you need to ask to TFF, Turkish Football Federation, Türkiye Futbol Federasyonu. Now I want to ask about copyrights, Mr. Al-Hudaifi. We are the copyright owner of the Spor Toto Super League and First League. And if there is an illegal use of our footages, it violates our rights, right? Could you please tell us the approach of the beIN Sports to this subject?
Okay. First of all, what does copyright infringements mean? Mm-hmm. That's let's divide it to 3 different categories. Mm-hmm. Live match, mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Previous match, any mm-hmm. position from the previous match, it can be position, mm-hmm. And third can be even a fan who is attending the match, mm-hmm. where they can shoot sometimes the training, you mm-hmm. know, and or different positions. All of them, we own the rights.
Yes.
So some fans thought, oh, we don't broadcast the live match. Mm-hmm. We broadcast the previous match. It's the same. Okay, and you know, the copyright infringement is without doubt the greatest threat to the sports and entertainment industry and to the development of Turkish football. We are facing, honestly, certain issues, mm-hmm. and we would like, from here I am asking also TFF to support us, to play their role, mm-hmm. and to protect the content. As you know, La Liga, Premier League, is leading, mm-hmm. In the world because they are protecting the rights. Yes. They are taking a serious action against those who's broadcasting an infringement content. And also we are trying as much as we can to avoid this one. We also support all the clubs. We are giving them 1 minute, 60 seconds free content, mm-hmm. to broadcast it in their social media, to probably send their messages per month, but we don't accept that they keep doing that.
So it is very important subject to people understand, really. You separate them in 3 different subjects, different topics, and really understand, people really understand that this is the broadcasting company is right. And
if you let me comment about this subject.
Yes, of course.
You know that Galatasaray broadcast 8 minutes, yes. video last April. Yes. It was, I believe, 15th or 14th of April. And it was unaccepted for many reasons. Mm-hmm. First of all, it's not fair to the other clubs. Second, they are using certain position which is not right. Third, that we send them official letter before taking any action. We said, please remove it from your social media account. Mm-hmm. We would like to collaborate with you. I personally called everyone, honestly, mm-hmm. Either my friend Fateh Tarim, or even we send official letter to my also friend Mustafa Jenkiz, and unfortunately they did not take it in consideration. So as I said before, it will decrease the value of Turkish football. Mm-hmm. We don't want to have it. We would like to keep and protect the league, and we would like to have it in the right position.
So it's all written in regulations also, Mr. Saad?
Yes.
People need to understand it. My next question is about payments to the clubs, Mr. Saad. People criticize us again one more time for this subject.
Actually, your subject very hard today. We don't have the right actually to transfer the payments directly to the clubs. Mm-hmm. We are transfer all the payments since the first day to TFF, mm-hmm. and TFF is the responsible of the transfer. So honestly, it surprised me sometimes. Some clubs said you are not transfer the money, mm-hmm. On time. you are delaying the payments. All the payments transfer to TFF on time, based on our legal contract, and then they are transfer the amount to their clubs. Honestly, when I attend certain games or when I came to meet any clubs, some of them mentioned that the payments delayed, but as I said before, this is subject should refer to TFF. We are transfer all the amounts, all the money on time, and based on our rights to TFF.
So, Mr. Saad, the other point related to this topic, the Champions League payments also. I think there is also a misunderstanding about it. Do you think there is a misunderstanding?
Champions League, I heard what Mr. Mustafa Jenkins said in the media. First of all, we are a private company. If we did well and negotiate the price of Champions League, then well done. And I can confirm to him that we didn't bought the Champions League cheap, as he said, or we decreased the amount. We were trying to also provide our audience with the best of different leagues, different tournaments around the world. Champions League was one of them. If he is claiming that the portion or the budget decrease, then this question should refer to Champions League or UEFA. We don't have the rights to answer him, as I said, we bought it with very good value for Turkish market, and believe me, it's not cheap, it's expensive. And if he has anything related how much he will generate or others, then he need to refer to UEFA. By the way, I was searching about this subject, and this is I found that they will get a very good amount this year. It's approximately, I think, 30 maybe million euro. So they need to refer to UEFA if this budget enough or not enough. But I think he was talking about the media portion, which is part of others. So you cannot just pick one portion and share it with the fans that this is the percentage Galatasaray will get, because Galatasaray will get better. By the way, I wish all the best to Galatasaray in the Champions League, and I know that the competition will be very tough. And as one staying in this country, so I wish all the best to Galatasaray and the rest in European League.
So, Mr. Saad, in Turkey, Digiturk does all the payments right on time with right amount to TFF, Turkish Football Federation, for Champions League. Digiturk does all the payments to the UEFA, right amount, based upon us.
Yeah.
Contract, legal contract.
Absolutely, because otherwise we will not broadcast the match. We will not stay broadcasting all the match without paying to TFF or others. By the way, beIN Media Group is a very big company, respecting all the contracts, and we have very good relationship with UEFA, with other owners, not only in Turkey. As you know, we are existing in Singapore, MENA, Spain, France, US. So we are respecting all the contracts. We are paying our payments on time, and at the same time, if someone would like to share the subject, I believe he should refer it to UEFA, not to Digiturk or beIN, because this is not our role to talk or to answer him. based on what we heard in media.
Mr. Saad, I want to ask now, superiors of football, futbolun süperleri,
Yeah.
awards ceremony took
Yeah.
place in 2nd of May in Çırağan Palace, Istanbul. It was very beautiful organization, really, and I was one of the little part of it. Thank you very much, Mr. Saad.
Deserve it.
After the organization, there were so many arguments about best 11. How
Okay.
we picked the nominees? How was the voting system? Could you please tell us?
Okay. To answer your question clearly, I think mostly the feedback came from Galatasaray fans, and I believe that how we selected the best 11, we did not select the best 11. Who selected the best 11 was or were the captain and second captain from each club.
In
So
Super League.
yes.
Yes.
So we send a booklet with all the
Nominees in there.
nominees, and each captain decide or choose the best players and sign on the same book and send it back to us. So when this question came to me from Mustafa Cengiz, it was surprised because we send it to each club, Galatasaray one of them, and believe me, if we will do any initiative, Galatasaray will be one of the first clubs that we will contact and we will always respect. So we send it to them. I'm not sure if there is no communication between the president office and the coach office, because we send it to the captain, and I am sure that everyone should be aware about it. Unfortunately, this question came to me from the president, and I answer him. We chose the best 11, not us, actually every captain and second captain in each club, and this is the result. So we cannot touch this subject. We cannot force them to choose one player from Galatasaray, one from Trabzon, one from Başakşehir, one from Beşiktaş, or even Fenerbahçe. We cannot do this, and it was a clear message. At the same time, I am very sad that Galatasaray did not participate in this event. Also, I wish if Başakşehir change their match one day and attend the events. As you know, it's very important events. If you check French league, if you check other leagues, Premier League, all of them, they are respecting this events because it's increased the value of the league. So we need to take this event seriously. We need to attend. We need to also participate. And the main message, we need to respect the result. Galatasaray is very big club, as I said,
Yes.
and to come to this event, and it will add value first to Turkish Football Federation and second to us. As this event held under their under their responsibility, and we would like to have all the clubs to participate and to accept if they win the result or not, because we are not the one who decide who should win this, for example, title. And if you let me also comment about it. If you go back to the event itself, you will find that the voting divided in 3 different categories. So jury members will select at the beginning, will select the best players. So the data actually will came from Opta.
Yes.
So even the jury member cannot select anyone if he is not
based on his heart.
Exactly.
Yes.
Otherwise it will be different result, So the data will come from Opta, and the jury member will select first. Then we will have we will send the same nominees to all the clubs to select which one is the best for each captain and second captain, and then we announce it through our website for the social media voting. So it's like a 3 different process. And then if someone is not winner, I believe that we need to go back and check the season from the beginning. You know, this season is very different, very challenging season. A lot of people expect Başakşehir or Beşiktaş or Galatasaray to win. At the end of the season, Galatasaray is the winner and the champions. Congratulations, they deserve it. I wish them all the best in Champions League. But I wish that any president or any club, if they will drive their fans, they should give them facts. And they should be sure before announcing anything to the fan. As you know, it's very critical subject. Our office is always open. We are ready to come to any club. If they don't want to come to our channels, we can discuss any subject. The only thing in my mind, how to increase the value, how to make it very professional. Turkish Football Federation, or sorry, Turkish Football League must be in position number 6 in Europe as a European league. Unfortunately, now we are not in the 6, so we need to support and we need to stick all the things together.
Yes, we need to be together to improve. We need to cooperate to improve. Mr. Saad, Mr. Al-Hudaifi, you're right. What about what do you think about the positions in the matches, camera positions? What do you think about that?
Okay, this subject, Murad, is very sensitive because first of all, we have the same setup. We come up with different setups.
Yes.
We have 3 different categories based on the match. If it's derby, we are covering
Yes.
the match probably with 25 to 28 cameras, not 36, not 40 like what I heard in the media. So in some match we are covering with 14 camera. Actually, we have the same setup, but unfortunately, some of the stadiums
There's no proper places.
no, some of the stadiums. No, the stadiums is very good. Actually, they don't accept our position.
I see.
Camera position, as they said, it's based on the stadium manager or based on security feedback. For example, we have one camera in the middle. We call it camera 5. We only have it in Galatasaray, probably Beşiktaş, Fenerbahçe, I believe. Only those 3 clubs allowing us to have this camera. Some of the clubs, they don't approve the plan. We sent the plan last year to TFF. This year we are preparing to send it again to TFF. What we expect that we will have the same setup in all the stadiums, so no one can complain about the camera position. Also, we are, if you check the previous 3 months, we are increased the repeat. So we are increased the repeat of the position to help the audience, the fans, everyone to see all the positions. We are also sharing all the content that we have and during the studios and also with our fan. So as I said before, we expect from TFF more support. We want to have all the positions, camera position same in all the stadiums. So at least the same picture will be for the fans here and international. As you know, Murad, we are broadcasting this league to 105
Yes.
countries,
Yes.
and we would like to have the same setup. And who will benefit at the end of the day? the league itself, and we are, as a broadcaster, also the fans will be happy that all the position covered by the broadcaster.
Mr. Al-Hudaifi, thank you very much. You answered all my questions, but one last question I want to ask. How do you evaluate the season 2018-2019? Galatasaray became champion, and the rest of the struggle in Super League, and also First League. There is a big match, one last big match in First League playoffs.
So as you know, it's, this is a very challenging season, very tough season. We are also happy that at the end Galatasaray is the winner, is the champion. I wish them all the best in Champions League.
Yes.
You know, it's a big club, and also I wish to see the Fenerbahce, Beşiktaş, Trabzon next season in better positions. You know, those clubs absolutely represent Turkey and represent, let me say, probably 80%. I'm not sure, 80% of Turkish. So also all my support to other clubs. We try to be as independent broadcaster company, fair to everyone. We try to serve them. We try to protect also the league. Next season is very difficult season, probably. We are also prepare a lot of things for the new season. I can tell the fans we will have new programs. We will have a special coverage that will fulfill probably their wish list, and we will try to be more creative, you know, in our coverage. I wish all the best, as I said before, and also Turkish waiting very good news from Champions League, Europa League. Yes. So this message can go to Başakşehir, Galatasaray, Beşiktaş, who's playing in other tournament, and inshallah it will be much better, inshallah.
Mr. Al-Hudaifi, thank you very much. I'm closing the special interview if you don't want to add anything.
It's okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Executive Vice President of Digiturk Sports Content of Digiturk. Thank you very much, Mr. Saad Saleh Al-Hudaifi. Digiturk Spor İçerikleri'nden Sorumlu Grup Başkanı ile birlikteydik. Özel röportajımızda gündemde tartışılan bütün konulara değinmeye çalıştık değerli izleyenler. Değindik ve net bir şekilde, en açık şekilde mesajları en yetkili ağızdan, birinci ağızdan sizlerle paylaştık. Özel röportajımızı da burada noktalıyoruz. Tekrar birlikte olana dek hoşça kalınız efendim. Mutlu günler.